increase its gravitational pull on the Earth, triggering extinction-level earthquakes and tsunamis, and NASA insider has claimed. The insider at the space agency explained how the gravitational pull from the supermoon will be so strong it will cause fault lines to trigger a catastrophic extinction-level earthquake. The NASA employee, who has requested to remain anonymous, said, "We've been seeing a huge epidemic in earthquakes and volcanoes erupting in 2017, but let me tell you, this supermoon will trigger the biggest we've had in thousands of years. All I'm saying is, prepare. Make sure you're stocked up on food and water, get away from the coast if you can." A supermoon happens when a full moon is in its closest approach to the Earth, making it seem a lot brighter and larger than normal. Major researchers have now gathered concrete evidence that links major earthquakes to the supermoon event. In a video about the link between supermoons and earthquakes released last year, the Bright Insight channel said, "We are finally just seeing that scientists are acknowledging that there is a positive correlation between supermoons and the effect that it has on Earth tides and tectonic plates. When we look at the last 4 supermoons, which include the massive Indonesian 9.2 earthquake and tsunami that occurred in 2004, as well as the major 8.0 earthquake in China in 2008, the Chile 8.8 earthquake in 2010, and the last supermoon was the massive 9.0 earthquake and tsunami on March 11, 2011. While it is known the moon causes tides in the oceans, science is divided on the impact it can have on seismic activity on Earth. A study by Japanese researchers claims there could be a link between the moon, seismic activity, and tidal events. It reads, "The possibility of tidal triggering of earthquakes has been investigated since the 19th century, and numerous studies have examined this topic. Statistically significant correlations between seismicity and tidal stress have been discovered using large data sets, but the correlations are generally limited to special regions or circumstances." The study concluded when the Sun, Earth, and Moon are in a straight line with each other, at new or full moon, tidal stresses upon the Earth are maximized. If it happens during a supermoon, the effects are even stronger, with tidal force from the moon as much as 50% greater. However, most scientists say it is still not enough to pose a major risk. In 2011, when similar claims were made, then NASA Goddard Space Center chief scientist James Garvin addressed the threat. He said, "The effects on Earth from a supermoon are minor, and according to the most detailed studies by terrestrial seismologists and volcanologists, the combination of the moon being at its closest to Earth in its orbit, and being in its full moon configuration, relative to the Earth and Sun, should not affect the internal energy balance of the Earth, since there are lunar tides every day. The Earth has stored a tremendous amount of internal energy within its thin outer shell or crust, and the small differences in the tidal forces exerted by the moon and Sun are not enough to fundamentally overcome the much larger forces within the planet due to convection and other aspects of the internal energy balance that drives plate tectonics."